Ago or so, we talked about our strategic plan, and so I just want to tell you one little item and invite you to that before we talk about Sunfest. We have identified through our Workforce and Education Committee, we've identified the top 25 plus at this point students at CAC that are either finished with their first or second year. We've identified them either through their grades or their leadership potential, or just character, good round character as someone that we would want to retain in our community. And we know that these students, some of them are completing their second year, ready to go into the workforce, but many of them are leaving our community to finish their educational career at another university, and we know that at those universities they are recruited heavily. Because of the product that our state universities turn out, thank goodness. So we are holding a reception for these students, hopefully to bridge them and connect them and network them with our business community. And so if you are in a business, which I think all of you are, and you would like to introduce yourself, hand out your business card to these students, it will be our first go at this. It will be interesting to see how the students even react in this type of environment. So not only are we preparing them for that type of interaction with a potential employer, but we're connecting our business community with these students, because we're very focused as a chamber on retaining our young people and building our demographics to be equal. You know, we know that if we lose any section of our demographics, and we tend to be heavily invested in retirement community, can't lose our young people either. A lot of your risk takers are in that group, your young entrepreneur minded people, and so they're a very important element of our community. So if you'd like to come to that, mark your calendar. It is a week from today, June the 18th. It will be from 5:30 to 7. Drop in, you don't have to stay the whole time, at the CAC library in the lobby there of the library. So we're very excited about that opportunity for our young people, and that again is hosted by our Workforce and Education Committee, who is chaired by Daryl Cooper. Here to talk to you about Sunfest. I hope everybody's excited. Again, another part of our strategic plan was to continue to grow tourism, and Sunfest is all about it. It's got a couple different components, and I think I talked to y'all a couple years ago, maybe when it was getting off the ground. I think it's starting to catch on now. People know the term, and they've seen enough of the logo and the social media, thanks to Justin. He's on our team with that, and they're starting to really catch on to what the concept is. Sunfest, again, if you don't know, it's got a lot of components to it. First of all, it's a small town doing a really big concept, and when people in the state, including the state tourism department, take a look at what we're doing, they really are kind of blown away that a small community of our size can accomplish something of this magnitude. This year, it's over 59 events within 8 days. So first year we started, I think we had 32 events. The next year we grew to 52, now we're at 59. We have room for one more event, we're done. That's it. And I think I suggested meditation in the park because it is a full week and it's exhausting. But the components of it that are so exciting is that not only through sponsorship and the fact that any level of business, small, large, anything in between, there's a place for them in this concept, and they can highlight their business by partnering with it. The marketing reach is tremendous. We have a regional marketing reach. You'll start seeing it hopefully on charter networks. It'll reach all the way from Tuscaloosa all the way around through Birmingham, Anniston, kind of circles back, covers everything inside that, and we just barely, Auburn's been a little bit hard for us with that rep, but we'll get there. We do a lot of print marketing in Auburn and to promote the community, and we're doing a ton of social media, and that is getting rave response. It's just growing leaps and bounds. So if you haven't, there's your homework. If you haven't liked
Sun Festival Alexander City on Facebook yet, do that. If you haven't made a Facebook page for yourself, it's free, so you should if you can. But definitely that's the way to keep up with the festival. Weather delays, things of that nature will all be updated through that. Plus the clue for the treasure hunt, which is very, very popular because you can win a lot of money that week. Could possibly win a couple $1,000. So if you're really, really bright and saw all of them and get drawn out of the hat, I mean, if it's only your name in the hat, you got it all. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to pass out, if you would these are Save the Date cards. We printed those. Again, we're growing in concept each year, so we've printed Save the Date cards so that our students have the information for the summer, and our families can kind of reserve that week. Or if you're a retired family, you've got lots of grandkids, that's the week to invite them here, because every morning the kids have something to do. I'll highlight just a few things that are new this year for the kids. We have Fun in the Sun, which will be over at the airport complex where the airport pavilion is. We'll have massive banana split kind of party in the pavilion, and then the whole bank of the airport park there, that green space, will be covered in a nice thick plastic, and our cheerleaders will be holding the water hoses, and we call this our redneck water slide. So they'll slide into some hay bales, and we hope we don't get to utilize our insurance on that one. But it's going to be very exciting, and it's for all ages, but it's 9 to 11, so probably a lot of our daycares love this week, and they bring the kids to almost everything. We also have another kids event inside the scope of, you hear the term Kids Fest, there's a Kids Fest component of Sun Festival, so that's what we refer to as Kids Fest. Tribal celebration. So not only is it just fun sometimes, it's also educational. We have a Porch Creek Indian group coming, and they will be sharing artifacts, and they'll actually set up some of the pottery and educate the children. There'll be some face painting and just some fun stuff that revolves around really our heritage when it comes to the Porch Indians, Creek Porch Indians. So that'll be very exciting. I probably need to go to that because I really thought they wore the headdress, and so I'm talking to the guy and trying to schedule this, and I'm like, so you're gonna wear the whole costume, right? You're gonna have like the loincloths and the horse, and you're gonna come in like Pocahontas did, you know? And that's what I thought. Well, the Indians of this region didn't dress like that. They actually wore turban headdress. So I didn't know. So I was wanting feathers, but I'm not getting feathers. So it will be very true to their heritage, and it'll be very educational for the kids. So that's really exciting. One of the other, I know y'all probably heard that David Nail is coming. I looked for him on the CMT Awards last night, but I'm not sure. Sometimes he changes his hair, and I don't know if I could recognize him. They all look the same to me. But he is a top 40 artist. He had some #1 hits last year and the year before. He is current on the radio, so that's just a huge step for us to go into that genre of music. He is country, and we're going to have a little contest here in a minute. If anybody can name some of his songs, I'll give you a heads up. You can Google if your smartphones like that. But I'm going to give away a t-shirt. But he will be at the Sportplex Stadium. And that concert, it kind of builds up from the beginning of the day. Saturday is just loaded in, and you start your day off Saturday morning with the farmers market, and we try to promote the Main Street Farmers Market into this. And then our PATH group, which I'm sure y'all are aware of their concept to promote wellness and health in our community. They are doing a junior chef farm to plate cook-off. So this will be very fun. Last year it was chefs. This year they're partnering with a young student who's interested in cooking, and the chef will partner with the student, and they will produce from the farmer's market produce, a recipe that they will then share to the community by posting that. But somebody will win, and I'm not really sure what they're going to win. PATH actually hosts that. And so then you can go and look at the car show. It'll be at the Chamber parking lot this year. And there's a Get Up, Get Going exercise class so that you can get all your exercise on in Strand Park and go home and take a shower and then eat all you want to at the barbecue cook-off.
which is over at the Sportplex. That whole day is just full of there, starting from 12 o'clock, basically until about 10:30 we might get home. But if you buy it in advance, it's a $15 armband. And so put that into concept of really what our sponsors are doing. You really can't go to a concert for $15 anymore. And you certainly can't get cornhole tournament, live music, barbecue cook-off, and a summer tailgate party wrapped into all that. Oh, and a fireworks show, by the way. Winn-Dixie is doing our fireworks show again. So it is a great day, and the idea, is not just to have fun. There's actually a business idea or philosophy behind this, and when I sat down and talked with, y'all may have known Chris Hall, he was the store manager at Winn-Dixie, and when I first got here, I met with him, and his district manager had just recently picked up the phone and just blessed him out because he had not met a number that he needed to meet. And it was in, I believe, June or July that we met, and he said, Ann, I don't know what happened. And so looking back on the calendar, that was when Aquapalooza was here. And so his volume skyrocketed. Well, coming from a retail world, I know that conversation, and that conversation is painful, and the district manager doesn't really care what did or did not happen. What he cares is that he just dropped in volume, and he needs to know how to make it up by the end of the year because his bonus counts on it. So it's real personal at that point. And so we began to talk about how do we drive tourism to replace those numbers. And I am happy to say that Sun Festival, I know from Winn-Dixie, because they share that with us and partner with us, is up double digits all week long. So I know that probably if you apply that philosophy to the rest of the business community that's serving in the retail or service or food, they're seeing increases as well because people are out and about. A lot of the activities are designed towards driving people into businesses. We purposely do not bring in a lot of vendors. We want the people going into our businesses and supporting our local business. So that's pretty intentional. Another component that I want to point out to you, and we've just done a 1,200 piece mail out to regional churches within, we drew kind of a line and figured out how many churches. Lots of work went into that to figure out who to invite, but we are really excited on Thursday night to claim Thursday night in Alexander City as Faith Night. And so partnering with Radney Funeral Home, Randy Anderson, who has always brought his gospel concert here. He joined in with Sunfest the first year and gave that concert the name Celebrate the Sun, S-O-N, at Sun Festival. And so we've always promoted that, and we thought, that hits a niche market of music. How can we grow on that? What we saw is that our youth didn't get out throughout the week in the evening. They're a hard customer to kind of satisfy, and they're tough on you, so you have to really do some research and figure them out. We tried to engage the youth with activities, small group activities, and the reality of it is they'll go, but they don't really want to have to interact with one another. They're very comfortable in their silo, right? So how do we get them to come out and get them involved in the community? And so this year we have Praise in the Park, which is a contemporary Christian concert, live concert, and again, another at the top of their game artist. Russia Fools will be here, and if you're not familiar with contemporary Christian music, if you sing contemporary Christian music at your churches, you're probably singing some of their music. They're absolutely at the top of their game. So we're very excited about that. The components of their concert have 2 huge video screens that we're bringing in, and so first class concert. We've invited all those youth groups at all those 1,200 churches, and we'll be posting to churches in the region. Again, our idea is that they're loading up their moms and dads for the gospel concert or Praise in the Park. I probably want to go to Praise in the Park, it's my kind of style, but the youth, that we're really doing something to engage the youth in Alexander City. So I hope to see Strand Park just packed. We have asked, we're so excited about the entertainment district, but that is one night that we're kind of asking people not to purchase alcohol and bring it out to the concert. But other than that, it's pretty open for people to do that because of our entertainment district. So then components of we've really grown it from a lot of DJ music and starting on a smaller budget to this year having, let's see, 4 nights of live music. So I've jumped around a little bit, but Saturday, the 18th, it actually starts with the Miss Sun Festival pageant. If you know somebody that needs to enter that, there is a $400 scholarship to the college of their choice. It's a great help with books. As a parent of 3 kids in college, I wish my 3 girls could enter, but they can't. Every little bit helps. We hope to grow that every year to a higher number, but this year is our first year we've been able to offer it at all, so we're really excited. And then we host a 5K run in downtown, so that's the Glow Run. But then Sunday, and this is where I would ask you guys to network in your communities, we will have, instead of block parties in individual communities, we're going to have a community block party in Strand Park. We'll have live music, a giant twister board painted on the grass, hula hoops, some cornhole, just lots of fun games. And the concept really works kind of like Jazz Fest. You just call the chamber, let us know how many tables you would like reserved for your community, and then your community kind of decides if you're doing barbecue or covered dish or whatever, that you bring it, and you can share it with others if you want. But this allows you to have us to have opportunity to invite people that are not in neighborhoods. A lot of people didn't have a place to go because they live in, we're in a rural community, and so they're not inside a per se neighborhood. So this is a great way to get out. We'll have the live music, and everybody can just intermingle with one another. So hope you'll help us out with that. Randy Dawkins is the coordinator of that, so he'll be probably calling everybody.
Well, in the same sense, our Kiwanis Club could reserve a couple of tables. If we wanted to do it as a group, we could do it.
Doesn't have to be by neighborhood.
Correct.
Right, can be by group, or so there's all sorts of components. But we would say that we just line up straight tables and everybody just bring a dish and put it down. But I don't know if everybody eats after. We're kind of weird like that. We like to know where our food's coming from and our friends, and so we think it's going to work better this way. So help us make that successful, if you would. I think I've gone over a band battle Friday night. Huge event. I was just sharing I think I was talking to Justin about the group last year that won was from Montgomery. It was a funk band, which was a lot of fun and unexpected, but they have actually accredited the band battle to really changing their they've toured all year. And so we hope to be getting an article out about that and actually doing a WSFA spot with them in Montgomery, because they are from Montgomery. So tomorrow is actually the deadline for a band to enter. All we have to do is have their demo emailed to us and their bio of their band. So if you know someone who should be in that contest, definitely send it our way. Last year we had to eliminate we had a lot of interest. This year it's a big commitment from the band, because they may or may not win. So I should tell you what they win. If they do win, it's $1,000, which is not a lot for some of these guys, but it's the exposure to 3 industry judges, and it's also an opening spot for David Nell. So we really hope that the David Nell concert is well attended, and really encourage people to get their tickets early. You do save $5 getting your armband early. So
where's that concert going to be again? The David Nell concert?
David Nell is at the Sportplex, just like last year. And the whole idea is that you bring your lawn chair. Our sponsors get some reserved seating. We pay for chairs to set up, and they put up some money, so we give them a VIP tag, and they sit in the chairs. But you're encouraged to bring your lawn chair, blankets, beach ball. You can't take coolers in. The Sportplex will be open to pack a cooler with whatever you want in it for the tailgate party, so that's 12 to 6. But after 6, you need to pack up the cooler, put it in the car, and then the Lions Club and Rotary did the concessions, so there's a full concession there. And I don't know how that worked out, guys, so don't shoot the messenger, but evidently there's rights on those. I don't know. But anyway, this magazine is my proof. I just got it off the print. It will be in color, and it will look like our t-shirt. So when you see this stuffed in your newspaper, which will probably be right around the first week of July, don't throw it away. It is your guide to everything. That is
very hard. It just tells you what's going on, but there's descriptions, and if you need to register for anything, pre-register or whatever, that all the information is in there. There's even a little message from me on how to have a good time. Basically don't break the rules, don't take alcohol to something that you can't have it at or whatever. We want everybody to have fun. And to date have had 0 incidents with Sun Festival, so ask that you keep us in your prayers on that one. So, but this is a t-shirt, front pocket. It's extra large, but you can bring it over to the chamber and I'll swap it. So who knows? And could even sing a little tune of David Now. Anybody?
Grant, come on, Grant. You're the man.
Somebody's got to know David
Grant
Now
was on
song.
the
He's got a
phone.
big one out.
I know.
Whatever she's got.
David Nail, you know his music gun.
I keep singing that.
That's the first song.
Right.
Couple, but his
She did
biggest
that.
one is funny if you study him a little bit. He was writing on the road, and he was writing from his experiences, and he does write a lot of his own music. And some of his experience, you can imagine being an artist on the road. You're struggling a little bit, and he'd had some heartbreak, and so a lot of his songs were kind of. I was like, man, we're gonna struggle if everything has got this. I was listening when we were trying to decide who to, and I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to slit my wrist right now. But he actually got married, and his wife has been very inspirational. He's very happy now. He talks about this, so I'm not sharing something that he wouldn't, I guess, if he was talking to you. But he noticed he was starting to sing this song, and it's Whatever She's Got. And a lot of people call it the blue jean song. She's got her blue jeans painted on tight, everything great on Saturday night. Y'all might not hear that, but Google it, YouTube it, watch it, because you'll know it. But anyway, he said he kind of saw his wife over dancing in the kitchen when he was working on the song, and he was like, oh, that's what people want to hear. So he has a new album that's coming out. I wish it would come out before a concert. That'd be great. But everything is very upbeat and very, but he's got some stories in there. Let It Rain. There's another one that we've been singing around the office a little bit. But anyway, if you didn't win the t-shirt, which you didn't, he did. So go on our Facebook page and post a little it can be funny, it doesn't have to be good or on tune, but post a little video of you singing one of his songs today. And Friday, we're going to put everybody's name in the bucket that did that, and we're going to draw for a t-shirt and 2 concert tickets. So you can get them for free.
David gave him red.
I did not need that circulated.
Have some fun with it, that's what it's all about. Anyway, I am probably talk too much and y'all gotta go back to work, but I'm very proud of this community for this concept. We have confirmed $103,000 in sponsorship, and we spend it, the majority of it right here in the community. So not only is it an economic engine for business here locally, printing, paper supplies, I mean, you name it, food for the bands, all sorts of stuff. It's also something that I think has lifted our community pride and also been able to connect people in business that weren't talking to one another 3 years ago when I got here, and we're all working together for one thing. And it's really a cool concept. I'm very proud of this community for it. Yes.
I understand the change on the block party doing it out here, but I really did like the neighborhood block party too. 'Cause
Yeah.
typically, most people kind of do their own thing, and we don't get together even as a neighborhood. So it was a good spur, a good reason for us all to do that. So maybe we could do both.
Maybe we can. We got a little bit of feedback on that. Honestly, our coordinator for the block parties had always been Lori Sturdivant, and she has 2 kids going to college and just couldn't handle it. But some of the feedback she had gotten was that, that host person didn't want to, they felt like they had to work so much. They had to get their house clean in case of the rain. It is Alabama and it rains every day, which stresses me out tremendously. But it's just awful. People text me all week long and says, I'm sure you're planning your daughter's weddings outdoor. And I'm like, you're very funny. It's the biggest stress for me is the rain, because it's rain or shine. And if it really rains, concerts don't happen. But they just said that it was sometimes a little bit of work on the person that was having it at their lawn or their home. And so we wanted to see if we got more turnout, more participation by doing it this way. Nobody has to clean their house. Nobody just bake some brownies and come on.
Okay, and tell the brief history of the name change.
Oh, you want some history on that? Well, it's kind of funny. So the first year we weren't on anybody's radar because we just weren't big enough. We were really kind of localized. The second year, I
The
guess,
name of it was
Sunfest, all one word. And we did our research. We registered and trademarked the name with the state. We did not trademark it with the United States, but we did with Alabama. We had looked, and when we were trying to come up with the name, there were Sunfests in 8 different states. And so we even Googled some of them, and one in Florida, we looked at it, and we were like, ooh, that's a whole different concept down there. So, but we went ahead with it because July, what else you could name it? I guess we could have named it Rainfest. But, so I get a letter about midway, about the time that we had gotten everything printed, that said cease and assist. And it was, I sent it over to Larkin Ratney. I'm like, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. What do I do? You know, because there was a lot of money that had been sent, and there was no way I could reprint everything. So we negotiated with the lawyer from Florida, which represented Sunfest, the Sunfest, that is registered with the U.S. trademark, which is a completely different process. And he had successfully shut down all other 8 Sunfests. So we decided that in our best interest, we should not fight that, and so we changed our name to Sun Festival Alexander City. So, and the idea is, and I understand his concept, they host well over 500,000. It's, I've forgotten where it is, somewhere down on the beach, but it's a huge music fest, and you don't want someone Googling that name and thinking they're buying tickets to go there, and they end up going there with our ticket. So I understand the concept, and it's certainly, you know, the right thing to do. So with Alexander City attached to it, there's no confusion. We changed the name. So that's how it happened. Kind of funny story though, isn't it? So, anybody else have any other questions? Anybody see something that they'd love to see added to Sun Festival?
Palm Beach?
Palm Beach, that's it. Yes. Yes.
Sunfest.
Yes.
If we go forward with the renovation rehabilitation project for Hampline Stadium, I can see that as being an excellent venue for particularly the block party.
Yeah.
Grand party is great, but it is on an incline.
That's right.
But 100-yard pitch, 100-yard field.
I can't wait for that to happen. In fact, our first year we had some kids stuff over there at the bleachers. It was empty.
Those bleachers won't be there.
It's very exciting what they're doing
As
with
part
that.
of that effort, in order to get that done, I would just like everyone to keep that in mind, and you as well,
Yeah,
and your committee, that there, at some point, hopefully sooner or later, we'll have another venue for several.
that's so exciting. That's very exciting because I can even see that being a better venue for the concerts, actually.
And I'm a part of the fundraising effort for that,
Right.
and we're leading out on that, and we'll need this club support as well as individuals. And because I think it would enhance that tourism effort.
Definitely. And definitely anything like that, that you want to send us for us to market for you, please do, and we'll send it out through our social media to help with that. So, all right, well, thank you guys for letting me come and talk.